Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 11 of Wallaby Racing League's Tier 2. Tonight we are live here in Hungary for our first race. Just remembering that where everybody's finished in their previous race is where they start, is their starting positions for this race. Going from here, their finishing positions from this race, then bring on a reverse grid for the following race, which is in Belgium, Spa. I'm also joined here by Izzy Fizzy.
Hello,
and
everyone.
Thomas Island. Welcome, guys.
Good evening.
What do you reckon, guys? It's a very, very wet lobby. Looking at the track now, we can see the rain falling down. So this is going to be an interesting race here in Hungary. What are your predictions?
I feel like it's going to be interesting to see the people like Scotty, Lev, Piastri, Tangwang, Knoxville all come through the grid. Should be cool. The wet race make even more overtaking around a hard to overtake track here.
Absolutely. I mean, we're going on the grid, so we've got Knoxville in P1, Lev P2, Hummingbird in P3 after his stonking finish from P19 or 20 from last race, up into third. Tangwang in fourth, who is our current championship leader. We've got Scotty Mac in fifth, who is also hunting down that championship. War in sixth, T-Bar 7, Piastri also on the hunt for that championship in eighth. Damo in 9th, Dusk in 10, and then our bottom 10 is Evil Blade, Matt Skills, Kirko, Gumbo, Stroker, Hobbsy, Gremlin, Goffy, Caspar, and our reserve for the night is Omo Rose.
It will actually be interesting to see Rose come through the pack here. She's quite quick, so it'll be interesting to see where she can end up.
Especially on those
Rose
opening laps.
Yeah,
Rose is definitely quick. I think she's a bit of her own worst enemy, though.
Yeah, see if she can keep it on the track. Sometimes she struggles, but you know,
Yeah, absolutely.
she should get there. I think it's going to be interesting to see Blade from 10th or 11th here. Oh, and as I say that, he is around on the formation line. That's not going to be good for his tyres. But a lot of disqualifications. T-Bar defeated Damo, Matt Skills, Kirko, Gremlin, Caspar. Sure more to come, only halfway down the lap.
Oh, another, who's that? That's another, looks like Tangwang. Tangwang's around on his opening formation lap there.
It's going to play in early too, starting on cold tyres without that formation lap to warm up.
Yeah.
See how slow Knoxville's taking this.
I think the battle between Tangwang, Scotty Mac, and Piastri and Lev, they're their top four runners at the moment. I think this is going to be a really interesting battle between these four. If all four of them can get up the front and finish up the front, it'll be fun to watch them at the back, pushing their way through for Belgium.
Seems like Rose.
Chat saying, "Really, rain?"
Seems like Rose is going to drag this one out, get as hot as tired as she can compared to everyone else.
Yeah, I think she's spun.
Alrighty, I'm gonna
sit on board with Scotty Mac.
I'm gonna ride on board with the Evil Blade. See what we can get from the middle of the pack.
And 5 lights, here we go. Live in Hungary, and we're away. Scotty Mac already off to a decent start, making his way up to P4. No, he doesn't. He's had to back out from Tangwang, keeping a position, moving up into third place. Already already contact between Tangwang and Knoxville, forcing Knoxville off white by Tangwang. Lev moves up into first place. Scotty Mac is now up in third place.
And Evil Blade has gone from 11th to 5th.
5th?
Big moves. And Kirko's off. Had a little touch with, I think it was the Aston Martin or War Machine.
So far, we've already got a battle going on here with Scotty Mac and Tangwang. From what I know with Scotty Mac, he's actually quite... Oh, Tangwang goes a little wide. Scotty Mac makes the move easy.
And Lev has already got 2.5 seconds gap.
Now, one driver to watch as well is SFR Piastri. I've watched him race in the rain before, and he is an absolute speed freak in the rain. It looks like he's currently being held up here by Evil Blade and T-Bar. He's trying to make moves, but just can't get it done. We've got Little Caspar currently going from... He's up 11 spots. Up 9 spots now. Whereas Bird, who's probably the biggest loser of the lot, has dropped down from 3rd place down to P9. Lev sets the first or second lap.
Everyone, couple big movers. Dust to Dawn also down 6. Hoxie Money and Gumbo also down 4. So some winners and losers here.
Absolutely. We've got a battle between the Aston Martins here with War right on the back of Piastri. Piastri had to go wide to avoid collision, but we've got I'm a Bird trying to make a move on War and gets the move done.
And yellow flag
Nice
on the
move,
first
but
corner.
War
Had
Machine-
defeated Damon and Gremlin
War
spin.
Machine's on the flight back and makes the move done. Sorry, who spun? Sorry?
Oh, we had defeated Damo and Gremlin spin, and Hobbsy Money is in the pits with a wing change.
Goff is also really up at the 10.
I see that. There's Coco. Coco's still in 12th spot. He's only lost 1 position. War Machine already with an early 3-second time penalty. Second lap. That's not good for him. I think if that's already a 3-second time penalty so soon to a race, there's going to be a lot more to come for him, I believe.
Casper's really on the back of his teammate Unbert here.
Got so Casper battling with Iron Bird, his teammate. We've got War Machine battling with his teammate SFR Piastri, who's also battling in front with Evil Blade and T-Bar down Batty. Currently Lev still out the front with a 2-second lead.
And Rose is making her way through the field, already up into 15th, 5 positions, and dumping the ARS down the straight.
What's our ARS at?
So just dropped 20% going down the straight. And defeated Damo is into the pits. Must have received damage from his first lap incident. But Casper is still on the back of Bird here. Going up into turn 4.
Alright, so with the 3 opening laps, what are we reckoning in terms of positions where everyone's going to finish? I know it's only early days, but I think we're starting to see some clear front runners up there.
My prediction is Scotty P1, Tangwang P2, and T-Bar P3.
You reckon T-Bar's going to go P3?
Yep. That's mine.
Bold
And
prediction.
we're going to go first retirement is going to be Matt Skills, sadly.
Little Caspar getting a little slippy out in the rear end there. And what do you reckon? Thomas?
The Mercedes are also battling very tight here. Dust to Dawn making a move up the inside of the penultimate corner.
I think it's a bit too early to be sleeping on Piastri. Just looking at him before behind Evil Blade, he looks very calm, still has almost all of the DRS. I think he's just looking for his moment to start working his way up the field.
I'm going to have to say this now. I think already 4 laps in. I know it's only 4 laps in. Again, I don't want to make this, commentators curse on anything, but it's very clean racing in the wet too.
Only the couple spins.
Couple of spins, but there's no like major
Oh, Lev,
damage or
massive,
anything like that.
massive spin. Scotty's now on the rear. Within a second, half a second, gaining quickly.
Come on, Scotty Mac now. Let's see if he can get some moves done, or if he loses time to Lev now that Lev is back up running.
He has been slowly chipping away at that lead the last few laps.
He has, yeah, very much so.
And Piastri's
Tangwang's 2 seconds behind too.
Piastri's just got a penalty, but he's also on the back of Evil Blade, so only the Astons with penalties for now.
Still very hard in these shorter races to try and make that gap to recover from the penalty.
And Casper
Especially in
has
the rain.
made the
Rain.
move on Bird as well.
Rain is very hard. So far, it looks like Scotty Mac just can't quite get right on the back of Lev. Already going wide into turn 1. Losing his rear end a little bit there, but holding on to it. He has lost 7 tenths to Tangoing behind.
Looks
Scotty
like
is already back to 1 second.
Oh, and safety car.
Who is out? That is...
Doesn't seem like anyone is
Nobody.
out. Seems like it could be a Monaco incident where the flag has just been put out too early.
No, doesn't look like it. Looks like we've had an incident with defeated Damo and Hobbsy Money. Yeah, Hobbsy Money has lost all of his wing. Yeah.
Just going into the start of the safety car there, Rose was right on the back of Stroke Grace, looking like she could have made a move down in the first corner, so it seems like she's going to pull through this field.
So just watching Hobbsy Money, he is struggling right now. Struggling with no front wing. What looks to be... He's definitely trying to make his way to pit lane, but he's just taking these corners.
He's a good
Too
chance of
hard,
going a lap
having to
down
go.
here.
He is very,
Very
good chance.
good.
There's a... Well, actually, no. I'm safely saying he will. He's got Lev 1 corner behind him.
Let's see what
He's got a pit.
the front runners do. Is anyone going to go into the pits? You shouldn't need to on these inters.
Definitely not. And they stay out.
And Hobbsy has retired
Hobbsy.
in pits.
Good on him. Good on him for retiring in pits. That is good. But Hobbsy, that puts Hobbsy into
First for the race.
first
the sprint
for the race. It's definitely harder, you know, racing the rain around this track. This is already a pretty demonic track when it comes to the curves. Add water to it, and this track just turns to hell.
I would have to say it's one of
Already
those more struggling tracks where you have to be focused and you don't really get a break. Main
No.
straight isn't long enough to have a break. Only you're going to get a break behind the safety car.
Where did you lads finish in this race when we did Hungary?
P4, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty easy.
12?
Okay.
Unsure. Actually, no, I believe I
Lev is
crashed.
already in AI. Yeah, I think look, 9 times out of 10 I crash this season, so I think it's probably one of those ones that I would have crashed on.
It's going to be very interesting. It's definitely going to bring Piastri back into this.
Ooh.
And it's going to bring Omar Rose.
Well, it's bringing a lot of these battles back into it. Little Casper and Omar Bird, they started to get away from each other. That's brought them close again. You know, SFR and War Machine, they were battling, and Piastri started to gain time on War Machine behind. Now they're back together. Blade, T-Bar down Batty, they were having a close battle. They're back together. It's just... Safety car restart, I think, is going to be a very interesting one to watch.
In the meantime, defeated Damo is struggling to get around the track. I don't know if he has damage or not, but he went deep into the tight chicane, went across the curbs. But he's looking
he's
like
not
he's got
showing
his
any
whole
damage.
front wing.
He's got his whole front wing, he's got his end plates. He's got his sideboards. Unless he's got rear wing damage, but I can't see that.
And I'm going to guess the safety car is going to be in this lap.
Yeah,
Has to
won't
be.
allow him to catch up.
But I'm going to stay on board with Rose here. See how she can go.
This is something I definitely hope they fix in 22. Is that the safety car needs to go that tiny little bit faster, and they need to allow for the lapped cars to overtake,
Yeah.
to unlap themselves.
not just before the leader gets there. Because they,
Yeah.
they let you overtake when the leader isn't there, but
Yeah. Yeah, once that leader's there, you're stuck behind that leader. You've just got to let everyone past you. Otherwise, you're cocking penalties for blue flags left, right, and centre.
I think you guys might be asking a little bit much. I'm just hoping for intact lobbies.
Yeah.
and safety car is
So-
in this lap.
So Goff is saying can't be retiring in the pits to start next race on pole. So I tend to agree with that actually, to be honest. If it's a DNF, fair enough, and it's a legitimate DNF. We might look at putting Hobbsy to the back of the grid, I think.
But also, he was going to be a lap down. I think even if he had have stayed in, I think he would have been 20th.
That is true. That is very true.
The maximum he would have been was probably 17th, 18th.
No, I don't even think so.
Yeah.
And-
So this looks
and
like
Rose
green
is into
flags
the
racing.
pits.
Here we go.
I think Rose is putting on
Yeah, the track
dry
is drying
tyres.
out.
I'm going to
think
stick
that is
with
a bold
Rose,
move.
the only pitter.
So let's have a look here. So I'm on board with Tangalang, but I'm also looking at the tyre strategy that Rose goes for.
She's on
Because it is
softs
drying out.
and
Soft
a new
tyres,
wing.
I think it's actually a bold move. And I think it could work out.
And Matt Skills is around. I'm going to stay on board with Rose and just watch her times a bit and see how she can fare.
So far, no major moves being made on anybody. Everyone's quite evenly spread, between a second to 8 tenths. Closest battle we've got is Goffey right on the backside of Dust Till Dawn, sniffing at that gearbox.
These-
Come here, boy, I want the P11.
These softs look good, but I don't know if they're going to go to the end of the race.
Evil Blade looking to make a dive down the inside. Oh, T-Bar, does he get it done? That's even space left between the two of them. Nice clean racing. Blade seems to be getting the better exits in the rain. T-Bar is struggling.
And Piastri is also into the pits.
Yeah, dry tyre time, I think. T-Bar goes wide. This gives the perfect run for Evil.
Rose
Dumping
has
his
dropped
DRS.
about 4 seconds in 2 sectors off. So they're definitely quick.
Okay. Blade goes up the
And we
inside.
also have
T-Bar
I'm a
goes
Bird
wide
in the
again.
pits.
Yeah.
I'm a Bird with a wing
Now is the
change.
time.
That might explain.
Oh! Blade just didn't hit the brakes fast enough, loses his front wing right at the backside of T-Bar down buddy.
And
That
Scotty
gives the move
is
to the
ahead.
War Machine.
Scotty has made a move. Went up the inside into turn 3. And he's made it stick.
Tangwang around the back of him as well.
Has Lev got wing damage though? Seems to be struggling to make corners. It doesn't look like it.
I feel like his inters are cooked.
Yeah,
Too
it's
hot?
looking that way because
No
him
wing
and Tang,
damage?
Tang gets the move done on Lev now too. And Knoxville is now on the hunt for Lev. 1.5 behind.
Rose is definitely catching up. Purple's first sector.
Yeah, I think
Seems
Lev's
like
definitely struggling on these tyres. They are cooked.
Dust Till Dawn has some end plate damage. I'm unsure where from, but he's nearly at the pits anyway.
So here we go. Top 7 coming in for their inters to be taken off.
Piastri's going to have the lead of
Blade.
this race.
Piastri will. Blade coming into the pits now to take a wing change. Who was that stayed out?
Tango,
Kirko stays
Kirko.
out on intermediate tyres.
It's going to be
That's an
very
interesting
close
strategy.
with Scotty and Piastri here. Scotty just has the lead. Piastri's
going
only a
through.
second behind, so he has made the undercut work here.
Lev's trying to make the moves on Tangwang. Had to duck out of a dive bomb down the inside of turn 1. And Scotty is now 4 seconds behind Kirko, who he will be catching quite rapidly too.
And Piastri picks up another penalty. That's really going to hurt. And Imerberta's around. He was looking very good. He was up 6 positions from the pit stop, and now he's back behind his teammate again.
So currently still on board with Lev. He's right at the backside of Tangawang. Tangawang is making his car 3 cars wide to stop the overtake. But they are right on the hot heels of Scotty Mac.
Scotty
sniffing him out.
Tangawang.
This is going to be a bit of bad blood. Sorry, I think this is going to be a bit of bad blood between these two, Tangawang and Lev. They came together at the end of the race last race, and Tangawang was forced around and ended up finishing P4. But Lev gets the move done and out on the inside of turn 1. Sorry, Ezekiel.
Tangawang is on the mediums, so he should be able to catch up in the latter stage of this race, and Scotty and Lev are on the softs. So it's going to make it interesting, but Piastri is really on the back of these guys now.
Piastri
had a bit
almost goes around
of a moment.
And that's given the go-ahead for Knoxville to make the moves because Piastri just goes wide again.
Piastri's really struggling with his setup here.
Yeah.
But Rose is chopping her way through the field. Up
She's
to
up
8.
to P8.
Yellow flag, sectors 2, that is Matt Skills. Oh no, that was Lil Casper. He went round and went back behind his teammate.
Tough race for the Alpha Romeo so far.
Absolutely.
And
now receiving another 3-second time penalty.
And the Astons, yeah, plenty of pens. Only Matt Skills as well joined them. I don't know where to look. So much stuff's happening at once. Evil Blades on the back of Casper.
I'm watching a little bit of Goffey here because Goffey is right on the back of Stroke Race. And we don't give too much time to the rear runners, but Goffey is really making his way through the pack at the moment. Goes around the outside, looking to make the move done the long way. Goes for the crossover. Does he get it done? Opens up his DRS. He makes the move easy down the straight. Well done, Goffey. That was clean. Nice, clean racing. Well done.
And we're getting a little bit of a train forming from 4th through to 8th here. Rose is just catching up to the back on that. Could be interesting. DRS has been reactivated, has it?
It has, yep. That's how Goffey made his move on Stroker there. But Scotty Mac is now starting to make a bit of time on the field behind. Already 1.8 seconds in front of Lev. But like you've also mentioned, they've got the soft tyres, Tangawang on the mediums. I think the softs can go all the way, but those mediums might come into their own in about 3 laps time, I would say. But
yeah, I think the last 3 laps, the mediums are going to be the quicker tyre here.
Yeah.
And probably by about a second a lap, so it's going to be very interesting. It's all
Stroke Race receives a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings.
for Scotty here with 2 seconds lead. It's all about tyre conservation now. Hungary can be bad on it, and I know Lev is not so great on his tyres, so this is going to be really interesting for Lev at the end.
So Knoxville right on the backside of Piastri, again sniffing that gearbox, saying hello, can I please get through? Piastri goes wide. I'd say Piastri might be close to another 3-second time penalty here. Goes wide again, stays on track though. But he is just struggling.
It seems like those mediums are overheated and he has a primarily wet setup on.
Yeah.
He's going wide every corner. Knoxville joins him. He's really on the edge here, Piastri.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure being put on him right now. Knoxville right on the backside still.
He's got
Sniffing every single millisecond that he can.
He's got 3 cars behind him in 1.5 seconds, so
There we go. So he'll make the move under DRS here. Should get the move done too.
Piastri's dumping all the ARS he can.
Piastri moves to the inside. They're going to go
Ooh,
side by
a bit of
side.
contact.
Forces him wide a little bit. say it's just racing. That I would say. That is though is going to send Knoxville around.
T-Bar very good with the evasive action.
Very good.
And
That
War
gives
Machine,
a clean run down.
this is going to be interesting.
Knoxville as
Can't
well.
go too wide here.
I would have to have end plate damage, surely.
Piastri keeps his... Yeah, Knoxville's dropping back on War Machine rapidly.
Yeah.
That's really messed up his race there.
And that's Rose making the move on Knoxville now too.
Rose is up 13 positions. And Casper is down in 18th. I think we missed that one. Must have to pit again.
Yeah, he's on 0 lap on tyres, he's pitted again. But this is where T-Bar now on the softs, on the back of Piastri says it's my turn. I want that spot now.
And
Knoxville
poor
couldn't get
Gumbo.
it done.
Knoxville stays out. There is no obvious damage.
I
He's
can't
got his
see
end
any.
plates, but maybe his tyres were just really hot and he was preserving them. It does seem like on his rear right he has a bit of a flat spot.
Still 9 seconds
just-
back on the bird too.
Yeah. So Evil Blade makes the move done on I'm a Bird, but I'm a Bird looks like he's going to try and make that spot back. Oh, Evil Blade just loses it.
Very lucky to
gone.
keep that one.
How? He hit the wall very hard. Yeah, he's lost his front wing. Yep, no front wing. Oh, it's a shame, Blade. You were doing so well too. I'm a Bird gets a 3-second time penalty. Lev looks like he's also received a 3-second time penalty. That's not good in his battle to try and keep up with Scotty Mac, but Tangwang is right on the heels of him too.
So it seems like it's going to either be T-Bar or Lev for this last spot on the podium, depending on what happens here. T-Bar really needs to catch up on those softs.
Well,
He does have a fair bit of time to catch, but it's possible. And he's just about to make a move around the outside of Piastri, and he gets it done. In the first corner.
so it's looking like our finishing spots are going to be Scotty Mac, Lev, and then Tangwang. There's a 7-second gap from T-Bar down Batty to Tangwang up in front.
And Evil
But
Blades
that being-
gets insult to injury with a 5-second penalty,
Nice.
speeding in the pit lane.
Speeding in pit lane. Got to break earlier when you've got no wing. Now War Machine is on the back of Piastri now. Saying, alright mate, you haven't been able to get it done, let me do it. Oh, but War Machine just takes a bit of a corner cut there.
It does seem that like
Stroke race
Piastri
was
is
made to make.
really
It had-
suffering on these
he-
tyres.
Yeah, these mediums are not working well for him, are they?
He's just going further and further and back. If Rose stays where she is, she's going up into P5.
Absolutely, she is.
And that'd be a super drive from P20.
So looking at the penalties, we've got Lev on a 3-second time penalty in second place. That'll move him down to third. We've got Piastri and War Machine both on 6 seconds time worth of time penalties. That'll knock it right back to
And Tangawang is right on the rear of Lev.
7-8.
Could be making the move on track when he could just sit there and not risk it.
Well, this is what I was getting at. So there was bad blood between these two last week. Lev on screen didn't have the penalties showing. Tangawang wanted to win the race on track, but had penalties. They both need to be a bit more patient, but yeah, unfortunately, second last turn, and Tangawang was sent around.
And
Lev
both
did
the
get a 5-second
Astons
time penalty.
pick up more time penalties, both at 9 seconds now. But Tang Wang has really saved all his ERS for this last lap, 50% left. And Scotty has 6 seconds.
Yeah, he's had a very clean race. So Scotty's going to be starting from 19. Oh, sorry, P20, I mean. Or Piastri losing it, going off a bit wide there into the grass.
I would
try to attack at T-bar.
Right on
Just
board
trying
with
to make up
Tang
any
Wang.
space that he can.
Tang Wang here. This is going to be very interesting in the final 2 sectors.
If it was me right now, I'd be playing it smart. I know that the driver in front has the penalties. I don't care about finishing second on track. Just keep it clean and finish. He looks like he's going to go for a move though.
He's had a bad exit out of there.
Yeah, he did.
May actually help him here, so he doesn't make the move. It's kind of the last spot to make the move unless he gets it down the straight before the finish line. And Scotty across the line.
So anyone gets the better exit there, but goes into P2 due to penalties.
And T-Bar.
Piastri right on the back of Piastri. T-Bar going into P4.
My predictions were close.
Over Rose goes to P5.
And where's Knoxville going to go? This is going to be interesting.
Knoxville should put him up. That should put him up to P6.
He lost too much time.
No, he didn't. He did lost a lot of time. So Piastri and War Machine were very lucky to keep.
Oh, and Dusk Till Dawn DNFs on the penultimate corner. And Goffey up into P10.
Well done, Goffey. Great drive.
And there's only going to be 3 that miss out from points here, which is a bit of a shame. And who's it going to be? I think Kirko...
Oh, Evil Blade gets another 5 seconds time, but unserved, don't worry.
Unserved, yeah.
I thought he was pitting for something for some reason then.
And Drive of the Day, it has to go to Rose, doesn't it? It just has to.
Yeah, no
She's
doubt.
gone from P20 to P5, absolutely.
Yep, well deserved.
Absolutely beautiful drive by her too.
Went perfect time to the softs.
Yeah. Sounded like a kitchen fell apart there.
Yeah, the caboodle wasn't caboodling anymore.
No.
But Scotty with another race win. Tang Wang and Lev to join him on the podium.
This is going to be an extremely close battle because Scotty Mac, Lev and Tangawang all in for the fight of the championship, plus Piastri also in the fight for the championship, finishing in P6. It just can't get any closer than what it's at the moment. It's unreal. There's really good driving between these guys.
And I think we had a timing glitch at the end there with Evil Blade getting another 5 seconds. I got one the other day for having a 5 second speeding in the pit lane, and then they ended up giving me 10. So I feel like the same has happened there. It's only showing
that he's got one. No, it's only showing he's got one.
Yeah, see, I was shown I only had one, but I actually had multiple.
Oh, okay.
So it could be. Yeah, he did finish P15, not P16.
Okay.
And Matt Skills also had one. So I think Kirko will... It'll be interesting to see that one. Will have to be finalised.
Alright, well, when I put together the lobbies, just keep that in mind for the next restart.
I did take a screenshot of the time, so we can figure that one out.
Excellent. Alright lads, thanks so much for joining the comms box here. Well done on your absolute phenomenal races. Guys, make sure that your audio is included. And who have we got in here currently? All of them?
All 3 are here.
All the cool kids.
Excellent, we've got all of them. Excellent. Alright, so starting off with Lev. Lev, how do you think you went, mate? You started off in P2, had a bit of a had an absolutely amazing start getting out to P1. Very early 2 second gap, but crunched up the heels by the drivers behind. What were you feeling?
Good start. I think more it was just a setup. Didn't fix tyre pressures. Didn't take into account the dry weather. Forgot about it. So I think my fronts were on like 107 degrees. Dry stint, which is
Yep.
cooking. So
Yeah. So we did notice that you were struggling when you're inters, whereas everybody else seemed to be doing them a little bit better than you.
Yeah, the first
And that's
3
what lost you the time.
laps on the inters, 3-4 laps, so fine, and then pressures took over, temperature, I guess, because of warming, and then they kind of just want to ride.
And when you were out in front, you had a bit of a spin. What happened there? Because that allowed Scotty, you had the 2-second gap on Scotty Mac behind you, but that allowed Scotty to get within striking range of you. What happened? Did you hit a curve? Did you just make a mistake?
I just couldn't turn the car. Probably because of the left front overheating because of the tyre pressures, especially 1 and the chicane, the middle sector.
And then going into Belgium, starting P17. How do you think you're gonna go?
Don't die. The philosophy.
That's a good strategy, I think.
The best philosophy you need.
Absolutely. Easy to take with our P2 getter.
Tangway, what a race. You were very close to the back of left there. I thought you were going to make a move, and I was kind of hoping you didn't. And that exit out of the S's in the middle kind of, I think, made you not allowed to make that move. You didn't have the run on him. Were you trying to go for the overtake, or just sticking within the penalties?
I saw him flying wide at a few corners, so I was like, I get some curbs for that. So I thought I'd just buy my time and then bang the 3 seconds up. So last week it didn't work out too well going for the overtake, so I thought better of it this week. And then there's the penalties too, and then we went from there.
I think that was a good idea, really. Could have risked both your races again, and then it really puts the title into Scotty's hands.
Yeah, we don't want that. I mean, we'll send some footage of the Scotty definitely needs new undies. He'll confirm in a second, I'm sure of it. At the moment, I've got the championship, but Scotty managed to make the game, put him into ghost mode before he'd spun out. They'd game had given up on him.
I did see that one. That was a bit wild, but he kept it somehow. And Belgium, what are the plans? Good start? Are they passive, or you got for overtakes out?
Well, now we're off the back of the grid. It seems to work out well for me, especially when I was over in OCE T4. There's 2 times I've ended up at the pointy end at the end of the day. So
close to me.
I'm just going to remain calm, and hopefully at the end of lap 1 still have a wing intact, and maybe make up a few paces. Hopefully we can get more than a lap without a safety car, right? Really sort of stick it to T1 boys again.
Let's hope that's the case. Alright, well, we'll see you there.
Cheers, boys.
And Thomas, do you want to take it away with Scotty Mac?
Yeah, love to. Scotty, good race, mate. What are your thoughts? Scotty?
Sorry, I had my mic flipped up. Apologies. So I owe my race to Tang. He was oversteering and let me go by. He didn't make it too hard for me, which kind of allowed me to pursue Lev. It would have been more interesting had the safety car not come out, and seen what I could actually do in terms of pace. Because Lev was, he was keeping me at bay. I wasn't able to, I was a few tenths here, a few tenths there, but I wasn't chewing up any time until the dries, because I had a dry setup on. So
you looked very dominant in the dry. I was going to ask if that was set up base.
Yeah. So I played into. I was always going to go on softs, and I was always going to have the dry set up when I seen that it was wet. But Hungary is one of my favourite tracks, so I knew. I don't think I even had a warning. To be fair, so this is gonna go down to the wire. This is a spicy battle, and I'm loving every single bit of this championship battle. So it's
It's exhilarating watching it. I'm not gonna lie. You know, just when you think Tanguang is out.
I thought he
out
had
of
it
the-
done and dusted, and the DNF at France kind of threw a spanner in the works.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like, just when I think he's gonna have it, something goes wrong, and you know, he just keeps dropping more and more points to you guys behind. But I think if you can have a solid race, you know, in Belgium here, I think you could be on for that title championship takeover. I think, just if my maths are correct, I'm not too sure now. Maths
And
never my strong suit, but
I have to
it's
say,
still unreal.
I feel like it's all going to come down to these sprint races, because to be fair, you guys are probably going to finish top 5 in most of the normal races, but in the reverse grid, it's all about that. Like, who can pick up the most points from
And
the
the
back of
most,
grid.
well, it even sets you up for the next race.
The
so
next
we're
one.
looking. So where we finish here, we start at Zandvoort. Zandvoort's not going to
Exactly.
be the easiest track to overtake on.
No.
So we need to make up positions here. I feel like this is going to be safety car dominant. I don't know how much racing we will see. I'm hoping we had one safety car in the wet at Hungary, so hopefully it's dry and hopefully there's no safety cars and we can chew through. I might not be as aggressive this time round. I kind of learnt my lesson losing a front wing at Austria, and that was, you know, hell for leather and just take every position that I could. I've kind of feel like this will be more strategy and pick the places. It's a long track, and it's easy to put it in a wall.
I feel like this one's all about going long on the first stint and then charging through on the second.
Don't give away my strategy, mate. But yes,
feel
I
like-
agree. I agree. Yeah.
You're gonna have to go long, and then you're gonna have to chuck on the softs and set
do the hard
three
work in the
three
last
fast
lap.
slaps in a row, kind of thing.
Yep.
It's
Well,
gonna be everything. Last corner overtakes. You never know.
but like Tanguang was gonna say, I was that close to not being here, having this conversation with you guys, and would have probably been championship done. Had a very, very big moment coming into that the hairpin round into the chicane, and yeah, I don't know how I managed to save it, but yeah, I'll grab the clip off him and I'll put it up, and you'll see it was. I thought it was done. I was certain I was in the wall.
I caught the second half of it, and yeah, it looks pretty dicey.
It was deep. I pretty much I'd given up all hope. I was like, this is it. This is done. So yeah, I'm pretty thankful that I managed to save that.
Yeah. Well,
So
alrighty. I guess good luck then.
thank you very much. I'll
Thanks for joining, mate.
Hopefully talk to you guys.
Good luck in Belgium.
Yeah, hopefully talk to you at the end of this race too. That'd be nice.
My only bit of advice, man, I started at the back in Belgium last night, is just back off to turn 1.
And watch that
the
Izzy
carnage in
Fizzy
front of
guy.
you and just fly through.
Yeah, I don't have that issue. Something tells me that Izzy Fizzy's not in this race.
Duck had to watch out last night.
Yeah, Duck had to
Oh, I
watch that,
definitely
yeah.
did. I had to watch for a few Izzies. Izzy, Sissy,
yeah.
and Missy. I may as well just throw her in
Yeah.
the loop. Oh, bloody hell.
I look forward to it. Hopefully I'll talk to you guys soon.
Alright, mate, we'll
Thank
talk to you
you.
soon.
Bye.
Perfect.
Bye. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for our second race of the night. So the reverse grid race in Belgium, following our quite an intense race from Hungary with the wet going into dries. What did you guys reckon, you know, of Hungary? Hello?
Yeah, mate.
Sorry. Oh, so you go first, mate.
I reckon our driver to watch this race could be Evil Blade. He's starting up the front after a tough race last race. It'll be interesting to see if those quick boys at the back can make it up to him, or if he can get through those people ahead of him and leap away.
Yeah, I think
I hope he
Blade
does.
has the chance to just run away.
I really, I genuinely hope he does, because Blade has been on a very rough run the last probably 4 or 5 races now. He's definitely got the skill behind him to be up the front contending with these front runners. It's just unfortunate mistakes keep happening, and that's what's letting him slip. But I really hope he has a good race this race. I really do. But then we've got our drivers down the back, who we've got Scotty Mac, Tangawang, and Lev, all in the fight for a championship. And then in front of them, starting in front of them, is Piastri, who's also in that fight for the championship. So this could help out Piastri in that fight, to try and make up those points that he desperately needs to get up there. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting.
If you're in that back six, what do you think you're doing? Are you trying to work together to DRS your way up to the front, or are you trying to break away and make your own moves?
I think personally, I would want to try and break away. If I can get in between the slower drivers, if I can get the slower drivers in between me and the cars that are quite quick behind, then we know that we've got the time to keep going and sort of keep that gap, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it is a very hard one, though. You bring up a really valid point, to be honest.
And do you want to run through the tyres just to see what
Yes,
everyone's
so
doing? Only 5 on the softs.
it's insane. This is what we've been saying. Tyre strategies going into this are actually extremely important now. They really come into play, because everybody has free choice of tyres. It's not what you qualify on, it's where you want to start. It's what you want to start on. Hobbsy Money starting in P1, starting out on the softs. Then you've got Dust Till Dawn in P2, Gumbo Kebab in P3, and Kirko in P4 on the mediums.
I reckon
Matt Skills, who has been disqualified in the Ferrari on the softs, Evil Blade on the softs, defeated Damo on the softs, Caspar on the mediums, and Gremlin on the mediums, and then running out our top 10 stroke race on the softs. Sorry, Izzy, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I think Gumbo could also be in a good shot. He does have a bit of pace, and I feel like if he kind of gets away, and stays mistake free, he'll have a good chance, maybe even a top 5.
I agree. Same with Dust Till Dawn. Dust Till Dawn is actually quite quick as well. Kirko, I think his heart is going to be racing through the roof right now. He's never started this far up the grid before, unless they're on 3 lappers or 5 lappers, then maybe. But I don't think he's really a part of them. He doesn't really join them. But I think this is going to be quite stressful for him, I would say.
I think it's going to be interesting to see Birdie come through as well, from P12. A lot less to get through.
Birdie's starting in a good spot, definitely.
And Caspar, that is also going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
But Hobbsy Money is on the grid very early, as well as Dust to Dawn. Like Gumbo's only just coming around the bus stop now. Going to have some cold
they didn't
tyres.
slow down, did they?
And look how fast Scotty and Tangawang are back.
Yeah, and this is the thing. This is the difference between your normal front runners to your back markers. Your back markers starting up the front this time haven't really had the experience of leading a safety car restart or a formation lap or anything like that. So the tyres are definitely going to be a bit cold driving on an ice rink. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are an hour away here in Belgium. So going into turn 1, Hobbsy Money does get a good start, goes out wide, but then straight away there's already damage between him and Gumbo Kebab. We've got a car around, there's already carnage in the front in turn 1.
Gumbo is away.
Dangerous. Well, he is, but he'll have damage.
And
T-Bar Jabati is out
And Water King down into 19.
Yeah.
And Knoxville with
got
a
a
big penalty.
Oh, we've got damage everywhere.
And
Piastri
Goffey is
into the rear
out.
end of Scotty Mac.
Goffey is
Gremlin
out.
5-second time penalty for a severe collision with Piastri.
But Scotty Mac is up into P8 already. That is huge. P20 to P8 within 3 corners.
Yeah, stroke race has left the session. I think turn 1 got real aggressive there. Watching it on stream, so watching it from my point of view that I was at, Hobbsy Money actually had a really good start. Gumbo Kebab made probably one of the most dangerous dive bombs I've seen down turn 1. Basically continued straight into the side of Hobbsy Money, so I wouldn't be surprised if Hobbsy pits and Gumbo pits.
I'm just trying to see if I can see if Gumbo has any damage.
Well, Gumbo doesn't look like he does looking at it.
Yeah, it looks like he's got his whole front wing. Might have side pod damage, that's the only thing I can imagine. But Blade and Scotty and Knoxville and Piastri are all in very good positions. Tangway hasn't really done well.
Blade does have damage. He's missing his front left end plate.
I thought I saw an Alpine end plate fly off.
Yeah.
Driving the Alpine myself, I'm pretty used to that by now.
And Gumbo is into the pits. And Hobbsy Money stays out.
Yeah. Evil Blade follows Damo into the pits here. But this is exactly what I was getting at with Evil Blade. He's having the worst luck in racing at the moment. He's got the skill, definitely got the skill. I've seen it before. Piastri also into the pits, Gremlin into the pits, Kirko into the pits, Rose into the pits, War Machine into the pits. It's
and War Machine nearly goes up the rear end of Rose. Would have been interesting.
So Scotty Mac now up into P5 due to the cars pitting in front.
That is
this puts him
humongous.
in a really good position. You've got Tangawang up in P11, Lev in P10, so Scotty Mac has definitely got the advantage now.
All of
his
Piastri
back down into P14.
All of his championship rivals are in the second half of the grid. He's done perfectly here. It's going to be super interesting to see what happens. I feel like Scotty doesn't have to be too aggressive now since he's in this position. He can kind of just make his way through. But you could also see someone like defeated Damo going all the way on the...
Dust Till Dawn is into a wall. How did that happen?
And he's missing his right end plate, so Scotty Mac is up at another position.
Things just keep looking up for Scotty. So he's got... The only thing is, he's letting Dust Till Dawn pass. That's a good thing to do, however, not needed.
He's just going to get it back in the pits.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's legal. It was legal for Scotty to overtake because Dust Till Dawn, he genuinely lost it and then hit the wall. So, if it was me, I would have taken the position, not given it back. I wouldn't have worried about it.
I imagine he was fully off the track. And if you are fully off the track, you can be overtaken.
Yeah.
Even if you just run wide, someone can just come up the inside if they make it by the time you're back on.
I would imagine Dust Till Dawn is going to hit the end of this lap. I'm a Bird is now up into P2 as well. Hobbsy Money is still into P1. I would bank on a few overtakes coming from Scotty this lap. Maybe 1 to 2 overtakes. I think he's going to have a fight with I'm a Bird. Because I'm a Bird is definitely a good driver. He's a very good driver. He can defend.
And Rose
he can attack when he needs to attack.
Rose has done a very smart thing. She's used the hard set of tyres. She's gone from mediums to hards to mediums under safety car just so she doesn't have to pit again. That is extremely smart. So she should catch up to the back of the pack and she won't have to pit. Seems like Stroker and Gremlin are thinking similar here.
I'm surprised with 8 laps left to go that she hasn't gone for the softs.
Yeah, that was my thought train then too.
And
Dustin
Dustin Dawn
has
is
DNF'd,
out.
retired in season. So he will be starting P16 next week. T-Bar Down Buddy will be starting P20, Goffy P19. Oh, sorry, Dustin Dawn P18, I mean.
Lost at the top of Eau Rouge. Everyone has lost up there before, but don't really see it under safety car.
So this is where safety car restart is really going to be important here for Scotty. He needs to be mindful of the drivers in front, and he needs to be extremely mindful of the drivers behind. Good thing is he's got Knoxville behind. Knoxville is a very clean driver.
I think it's going to be
clean.
interesting
It's just going to be
how well Hobbsy also gets a start. I hope he is listening. He really does need to go as late as possible on the exit of the bus stop. That's probably the only place you can really do it here. I've never ever been overtaken on a restart. Start leading from, and when you make your jump from the bus stop, it's just not going to happen on that straight.
No.
And if you can keep it flat up through Eau Rouge, you'll be fine.
I think Gumbo's in a really good spot here. He's the front runner that's already pitted.
Yeah.
He's on to the softs, yeah.
And with a fresh wing, he's had a wing
Everyone
change.
ahead of him is going to have to pit.
If Gumbo keeps it clean,
I think
if I was him, I'd be happy to lose a couple of positions and let some go through, and
that's where I was going to
he'll just stay in it.
completely agree.
Let
agree.
Lev through, let Tangwang through, even let Blade through, and just see how it pans out.
Matt Skills has gone around, has hit the wall. That puts Scotty Mack up into P3 on the opening lap. Really good start by Hobbsy Money here, but I'm a Bird stays on the back of him.
And he really needs to dump his ERS here.
Does. So Scotty Mack has opened up his ERS. We're right on board with Hobbsy, with Scotty Bird going out through Eau Rouge.
And it looks like Bird's
back.
Oh, maybe not. It's going to be close.
No, he's done.
Hobbsy has done
Looks like Hobbsy has
perfectly.
opened up his ERS. Yeah. Very good safety car restart.
I hope he was listening to the stream. Matt Skills is now down to 15th, and he's going to have to pit.
Hobbsy goes wide, loses the position to I'm a Bird. We've got Scotty right up the backside now of the two in front. He's wanting that P2, he's wanting that P1, he's hunting them down, he sniffs it out, just wants to make the move. So he's right at the back of Hobbsy now. I'm a Bird, he's making time.
And we got some people in chat. Goffy is saying go Birdie, get in there lad, and T-Bar is calling Scotty the backdoor bandits.
Absolutely he is. I mean, going from P20 to P8 in that opening lap.
And Piastri.
Three turns, wasn't it?
Piastri, more penalties. Look, it's not looking good for Piastri.
No, it's not looking good for
early
Knoxville
penalties
either.
again.
Knoxville's also, but sneaking up through the pack, we've got Lev up into P6 currently. One of the other
and Stroker aces around.
Hobbsy Money now receiving a 3-second time penalty. He's also down into P6.
And Gumbo, as we said, up into P6 and has let Lev through.
So
and makes a late lunge and goes wide.
We're running on board currently with Tangawang, who's now chasing down Hobbsy. Hobbsy and Gumbo Kebab up Eau Rouge.
Seems like Gumbo's going to get swamped here.
Dumping this ERS. Hobbsy is trying to make the move on Gumbo though. He's going out. Gumbo's trying to squeeze Hobbsy. I think there's going to be contact. There's not.
And Tangaway ducks up the inside.
Great racing by the two. There was space left. Little bit of wheel contact, wheel to wheel action there, but it happens. Hobbsy's going to go wide, which opens up the door for Tangwang to make the move, gets it done.
Piastri
And
follows
Piastri-
him through.
Piastri, just sneaks his way through, didn't he?
That's a smart play by him. He just sat there and watched it all unfold and picked up the pieces.
Absolutely.
And
then
another penalty.
another penalty. It's just going to hurt.
So apparently we've got SFR Piastri on the back of the championship leader, Tangwang.
And Gumbo is still the front runner of the pitters.
Piastri now makes the move on Tangwang, gets the job done, but Tangwang is around and in the wall, and his DR is DNF'd. That is not good for his championship battle. That causes out the safety car.
That's a safety car. I'm very intrigued to see what Gumbo Kebab does here. Does he stay out on his 2-lap-old softs, or will he pit for some fresh mediums? He stays out.
That was
He has the lead
Front
of the
runners
race.
all in.
This was the perfect opportunity for the front runners to pit, because the safety car came out right as they were coming around that corner, around through bus stop to get into pit lane there. But as you've mentioned, Gumbo Kebab has stayed out. It's given him track advantage. Tangwang has also stayed out on the 5-lap-old mediums.
That's very
Defeated Damo
interesting
has
from
stayed out on the
Tangwang.
3-lap-old mediums. This is opened it wide up. This is don't know
Kirko in
what
the
to
mix.
say.
Only lost one
so
position.
Kirko has stayed out.
Kirko has already pitted as well.
He has.
So-
He pitted early, took the early advantage with the pit stop strategy earlier. But this championship just
Can't
keeps going
call
from.
this.
No, you can't. I don't know who is going to win this championship, to be honest.
Defeated Damo on fresh enough mediums. Definitely take him to end, and he does not have to pit. Only one that has to pit here is Tangwang. He's really going to lose out from this.
He'd be praying in front of the
Thank
safety
you.
car.
He will be, yeah. I guarantee you, he's praying for another safety.
But only 5 laps left.
Not many more laps you can get
Yeah,
one. Has to be
that's not
pretty quick,
the-
smart.
I think he's made the wrong choice staying out, definitely. Now, he needs to pit now. I think while he's got the opportunity to pit now,
He really
should.
does. He's gonna come in behind Hobbsy if he pits. It's gonna put him down, but he will be on the softs. But at the same time, Scotty Mac, Lev, both on the softs, his 2 championship contenders.
What do you reckon, dude? Like, staying out, as Tangwang has done, do you reckon it came down to the pressure of should I pit, should I stay out for track position, or do you reckon it was just a
I feel like
choice
here
made
you
straight away?
you can overtake at nearly every corner. So I feel like 80% of the corners you can overtake here. So I feel like it's just panicked, and he was probably focusing too much on Piastri spinning there, sadly. But
Oh,
he
he's
is
gone
in the
in.
pits.
He's in.
Tangwang has ducked in. Good move, I think.
He's going to drop to the back of the
That
grid, and
was-
Kirko's also in.
Oh, that's going to double stack Urko and
That's-
Tangwang.
It's going to hurt them both, the house. But this just lies into Scotty's hands even more. No one in between him and Bird. No Kirko in the middle, even though Kirko is probably the biggest gentleman here and lets everyone through.
Absolutely. Kirko, though, just you're only on 4-lap-old softs, mate. You could have gone the whole way.
It's only 4 laps to go. Not going to hurt. I feel like,
No, it's not going. I mean, it's not going to hurt, but just
and defeated Damo is red Xing. This throws another twist.
So I've set our AI driver to 70, so that way it stops the.
And he just got a penalty
Hopefully it
under
stops
red
the
X.
Oh, ignoring yellow flag.
The AI.
Well, I mean, it isn't the. Look, unfortunately, it isn't the rule. Your AI, you're responsible for your AI when you're away from it. It's going to be a hard one to fight, because I think If that was game issue, well then I personally would want to remove it. But it's a very hard one.
I think
to
it's
battle.
penalty is the fact of his lack of connection.
Yeah, I know he had issues joining this morning. He had issues joining tonight. So
He is constantly red Xing, he's not jumping, so he's in constant AI.
yeah,
There's not much he can do.
Faded Damo's joined. Search it.
And I'm gonna guess
But let's
safety
look at
car
the
is gonna
grid
be
right
in his
now.
lap.
So it should be, yeah. And let's look at the grid as it is right now. We've got Gumbo Kebab in P1 in the Ferrari. In the Alpha Tauri, we have defeated Damo with a 5-second time penalty. In P3, we have I'm a Bird in the Alfa Romeo. In P4, we have the second Alpha Tauri with Scotty Mac. P5, Gremlin. P6, Little Casper in the other Alfa Romeo. In P7, we have Lev in the Red Bull. P8, Knoxville. P9, Evil Blade. And rounding out our top 10 is War Machine in the Aston Martin.
And everyone
So
is going to
still-
score points but one at this stage. It's going to be interesting,
Yep.
but it's looking good for Gumbo if he gets this start right. If he goes wide, which I think he is, it's going to get a good exit. And he has got a cracker of a start. He's pulled at least a second.
He's pulled full, 1.5 seconds
That
ahead
is
already.
incredible.
Oh, if that's the move, I think it is. I'm a Bird has just made the crossover of dreams come true. That was a beautiful crossover. Puts him up into P2. Defeated Damo now drops down to P3. Scotty Mac on the charge for P3. Let's see if there's any team orders in play. Will he recognise that his teammate is on the hunt for the championship, needs to move? Looks like he does. Yeah, he's moved over. He's just let him pass.
And I have been kicked from the session.
I'm wondering if lobbies are about to go into maintenance.
It is 8:47, so could be tight.
It's going to be tight. So right now we've got Knoxville on the back of Lev, who is chasing down Little Casper. Little Casper does go wide, but that gives a perfect opportunity for Knoxville to make the run up the side of Lev.
Rose
Lev
has
leads
gone
racing
around.
room. Oh! Knoxville almost went around. We've had Rose go around 2, down into 14th now.
And the chaos
regained
from that
control.
has brought Tangwang up into the points.
It really has. Up into 10th. War Machine now up to 9th. Evil Blade back up to 8th. But Scotty Mac on
Was
the
that?
way in P3. Is that War Machine?
Yep.
War Machine, what has happened? There he is. Yeah, I've spun there before and I've hit that same wall.
And is that a safety car?
No, it's too soon. Too late for safety now. Oh.
I was going to say that could have fallen into Tangwang very
got-
nicely if he did stay
I'm a Bird
out.
making a move up to P1 now, so turn 1 now goes to P1. There was contact made between him and Gumbo Kebab, but this opens up the door for Scotty. I thought he was going to get loose there and lose his rear. That now puts Scotty up into P2.
Gumbo
This gonna
is
be
fighting
interesting.
back,
He is.
but he lets Scotty
Scotty Mac
through.
leaves the room, but yeah, that was it. He just backed out of it. It was a great move.
Gumbo could be on for a podium here. This would be insane. Lev seems like his next threat, as defeated Damo does have some penalties. But Gumbo is in a good seat.
So Lev and Knoxville are now on the charge down to try and get up into the points, up into the podium to try and chase it down. Lev is making a few mistakes though, and that's allowing Knoxville to catch up. Unfortunately, Knoxville does need to back out. Knoxville loses his rear end there a little bit, losing time to Lev in front with the defeated Damo.
Lev has 2 warnings, so
Lev is almost around. So he's got 2 warnings.
he has 2 warnings, so it could be very interesting. This
Yeah.
really could Oh, Gumbo.
Gumbo Kebab.
No.
Oh, that ruins his opportunity. The 6 lap old softs though, I think they're starting to get a bit away from him there. I'm a Bird sets the fastest lap with a 1:46.433. That's a fantastic lap. Bird stonker. Well done. Tangoak now sets the fastest lap, 1:46.096. Evil Blade dropping down into P8. Little Casper takes the position from him. Following on board currently with Scotty Mac, opens up his...
He's really catching.
DRS.
He's got
He
no
is.
ERS left.
He's got
They
none.
both have none. It's going to come down to some...
Evil Blade has left the session. I'm
Oh.
guessing the servers are about to go. We're just going to have to keep it up. Got 2 laps left to go, there's no point. Scotty Mac goes a little wide, goes too deep into that turn. But he's still on the back of him. It's definitely the battle to watch currently. It's the battle I want to watch. But look at this, Kirko up into P12. Now inside the points before he was down to P16, but all the drivers currently running will get points. Oh, Scotty almost loses it. He's now lost 1 second to the driver in front, I'm a Bird.
And Rose is out of the race. Crashed into Bear Rouge.
So she'll still get points though, because it's yeah.
Will she make the 90%? She will, she will. Oh, and
Yeah,
Lev
yeah.
with a penalty. This could put Gumbo back in. Oh, Knoxville, very
No,
close.
Knoxville. Knoxville will get the position. But Bird just needs to stay strong. So on the penalty siren currently, we've got Gumbo with a 3-second time penalty, which puts Knoxville up into P3, possibly if he can hold on to it. Defeated Damo, 5-second time penalty. Little Casper, 3-second time penalty. Lev with a 3-second time penalty. Stroker, Matt Skills and Hobbsy all with a 3-second time penalty.
I do believe
Scotty
Knoxville
Mac.
has 2 warnings, so it could really come down to the wire here. If he gets a penalty,
Scotty Mac has opened up his DRS. Does he get Bird? He breezes past him. Takes P1 from P20.
and Knoxville making
Bird.
a lunge, a nice lunge, nice and clean. But Gumbo's coming back around the outside. And
Gumbo
Gumbo,
goes off into the dark.
Gumbo's oh, he's kept it.
Bird is still on the back of Scotty Mac. He is charging him down. He wants that position back. He says, no, not today. After I'm a Bird with his brilliant drive last week, which has ended his dry spell of you know, getting decent positions. Finished P3, then going into OCE Tier 4 and finishing P1. And then I'm a Bird
with a
just
penalty.
goes with a 3-second time penalty.
He will keep
The
second.
worst part is, I have a timing glitch though, so I can't see. He will keep second, do you reckon?
By the look of the track map, I also have a timing glitch, but I think he's gonna nab it still. But
Yeah,
this just
definitely.
sets Scotty up. And oh, Scotty nearly has a spin on the last corner. And Bird goes around.
Oh, Bird goes around.
This
Come
could
on,
be
Bird,
Gumbo
open it up.
Kebab for a podium. This
Well,
could
Gumbo
be
has a
Gumbo
5
Kebab.
second. Yeah, defeated Damo gets a 5-second run serve penalty, so I'm guessing that's that glitch again.
Yeah, unserved, so take 5
Yeah.
off.
Okay, so we'll take 5
So
seconds
he'll be
off
in sixth.
defeated Damo. Yeah.
Oh my,
What a finish to the
What a
race. With
finish.
Scotty Mac, Knoxville into P2, and then Tangawang. Look what I said.
Tangwang
Tangawang goes up
P3.
into P3. Oh,
What a
Bird.
drive. What a recovery drive.
Oh, Berg, hate to see it, buddy. I feel for ya. I think it looked like he was trying to take some evasive action from Scotty in front, who almost spun, but that was just very clean racing. If one of you guys could send the invites to Scotty, Tangawang, and who's the third? Who's the second, I should say? Knoxville.
Knoxville.
Yeah. But Scotty Mac, obviously rightful driver
P1.
of the day there, going from P20 to P1.
I have to say, not anywhere near as good as the driver at Gumbo. Kebab really did well there. If he didn't have the penalties, he was definitely on for a podium.
Yeah. Oh, birdie. Okay, we'll have a look at that, Blake. You may have had a timing glitch as well.
It's been happening.
Yeah, it says like so. Birdie is saying that he had he was 3 seconds clear on the finishing line when he on Tangwang. So Tangwang might lose out to P3 here.
If you have a look at
Bird.
the race director, it should say all the unserved penalties, and they're the timing glitch ones. So I'll have a look now.
Yep. Just bear with us for a sec, guys. We're just going to have a quick look and just see who does get the rightful P3 here.
So there was only one that actually had it uncertain, that was Defeated Damo. So it seems like Bird got a penalty for multiple warnings on that last lap.
But the timing glitch doesn't actually have anything to do with penalties. So, just
Yeah.
if you do have proof that you were third and you had the gap, just clip it and send it in, please.
Yeah. So, Bird, if you did hear that, if you could clip whatever it is you saw showing that you had the 3 seconds on Tangwang before you crossed the line, please send that through to the stewards. We'll have to have a look at it. If it is, then obviously we'll make the decision to remove that 3 seconds that was given. But going from here, who have we got in the party? We've got all 3. Yes, we do. Excellent. Guys, if you could just make sure that your audio is included. Scotty, Tangwang, you guys will be used to this by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a bit rough.
you should be well practiced from last season in
Knoxville.
Knoxville.
Yeah.
Yes. But guys, absolutely phenomenal race. Coming from the back, Scotty. Coming from the back, Tangwang. Knoxville coming from mid-pack. So again, still an absolutely amazing race by you two. Starting on 13th on the grid, was it? Yeah, 13th.
Yeah.
See that there. Tangwang, start us off. How do you feel you went? You know, starting from P19, getting up to P3.
Oh mate, it was as I said, you had just remain calm through that first lap. I was just dodging wings and dead cars left, right, and centre. And then I made the big brain manoeuvre not to pit at the start of the safety car. So I thought, I've really cooked it here. But it's just, one lap fresher softs and just basically managed to keep it out of penalties and just hammered the ERS and managed to just squeak into third by, I think it's like 1/10, I think it is. So pretty lucky. I just went absolutely dove and went mental in that last sector trying to make as much time because I saw people ahead of me had penalties, and then obviously young Bird had a little bit of a spin or something like that, so I just had to really make sure the last 2 corners were aces and just to pop out.
I don't know if you can hear the stream, but we were sitting there for quite a while sitting there going, what is he doing? He should have pitted. He's going to leave it pitting too late. And I mean, you've come out and you've proved us wrong. You've absolutely proved us wrong. So
I think I got a bit of luck on my side on this one. I mean, let's face it, we looked down the list, there was a large amount of penalties, so that came in my favour, and there was a few people exploded in front of me. The King of Singapore come around the corner and he's 90 degrees in the air upside down, and that was a bit of a luck. And then I was stuck in no man's land because I had no one for some DRS, and I had to try and catch a DRS train. So that would really chewed the tyres out. But yeah, it was good racing. It was good fun. I'm sure it was good viewing for everybody.
It definitely was. On to Knoxville P2. Welcome back to the podium. Your race from P13 up into P2. Again, a stonker of a race. Do you want to tell us a bit more what your feelings were towards it all?
Look, it was a good race. That first corner, as Tang said, just an absolute mess. I came around that first one, and there's some car just essentially parked like he's going to Woolies in the middle of the road, and it was just a nightmare. But other than that, no, it was just a pretty regulation race, I'd say. There was a few, like pit stop. We got lucky me and Scooter got lucky just by heading straight into the pits as that safety car came on, and getting changed. And I had a 5-second penalty actually from the start of the race because that car that was parked in, like, he sort of was stopped almost or just cruising along, and he pulled back into the middle of the racetrack as we're all coming around that first corner, and I had to just dodge him, and me and Piastri came together wheel, and it gave me 5 seconds of penalties.
Yeah,
so
I saw that, and I think Goffey got a 5-second penalty as well, because Goffey looked like he went up the rear of Piastri, who looked like he went up the rear of you, or something along those lines.
Yeah, it was
But
however it worked out, and it was just
Yeah,
had to serve that, and luckily I was able to just get past a few of the guys there, and a few penalties, and that a bit of luck at the end with Bird bottling it on the final corner. So
well, I mean, that makes your race even more impressive then, because you've come back from a 5-second penalty to recover back to P2, so congratulations, man. That was an absolute killer of a drive then.
yeah, thanks guys, cheers.
Well done, mate.
Scotty Mac,
Well.
back
Do you
to
know-
back.
Do you know what? You wouldn't believe it. I ran that race with a balanced setup because I didn't have one, and I had the boys in the chat say, "Trust me,
no.
Syrah swears by a balanced setup at Spa." So I did it, and that's what happened. So
I raced Battle set up last night in Spa too, and it stuck to the track.
yeah,
so
I've got no complaints.
I fully agree.
So
But, dude, from P20 to P1, but I think the more impressive, sorry, that's what I meant, P1. I think the more impressive part of that though was going from P20 to P4 by the end of the opening lap.
yeah,
What?
well,
How did you get through
Yeah.
that many cars at the start? I need to know.
it was.
What damage
do you know
have you caused somewhere?
None. In all honesty, I felt like I was in Fast and the Furious, and cars were flipping, and buildings were exploding. It was ridiculous. I'll drive on. I'll crop it and put it onto the tier 2 chat for everyone. And it was just luck. It could have gone not my way, and I could have had a collision.
Yeah.
But yeah, just cars colliding.
Because you're in P8 by the end of the third turn.
Yeah,
By the end of
It was
by the end of Eau
ridiculous
Rouge. By
start.
the end of Eau Rouge,
I
you're
wasn't
right.
even gonna send it, and I kind of just seen like the main straight, and there was wings flying off. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
well, I just got to get through and get out and get points. And yeah, I kind of didn't really want a repeat of Austria for me, losing a front wing and heading to the back. Like Tang, he thought that his race was done, and he ended up in P14, I think, or P15.
Yeah.
The two Hasses were at the back. So that was a killer drive from him. But I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things. It's confidence is key, and things are working out for me. That I've got a fastest lap and Tang's got a fastest lap. It looks like for these two races. I think I've closed the gap a little bit.
Phenomenally.
Yeah, it was, mate. It's gonna come down. I don't think it'll be next weekend, but it might be the following, if we can keep having races like this. It's gonna be a sizzler down to the end.
You did score 65 points over both rounds, so
Wow.
it's gonna be close. You're only 24 behind,
Yep.
so yeah, it's gonna be close.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm fairly safe. I didn't have any pens or any collisions. There's nothing to worry about on my end. Those points will stay those points. It's kind of what happened around me. Lev finished down the points and Piastri crashed out, I think.
Yep.
So that kind of makes it harder for those boys.
I think it's kind of becoming a two-man battle.
it's who's down to Tangawang and I then.
That's hard.
Yeah, that's what. Usually you got to pay double for that kind of action.
And then just quickly, guys, as well. Going into next week, you've got Zandvoort for the opening race, and then Singapore for the closing race. What do you think? How do you think you guys are going to go? What are your strategies?
I'm glad to be at the front. Soft tyres, punch it, will probably be mine. I'm stronger at Singapore, so I'd be happy, even if I finish top 5 or top 10, I'd be happy to be pack and cut my way through at Singapore. Zandvoort not as strong for me.
Scooter, mate, you're going to be either second or third because we all know War's taking Singapore out. All right? I don't hear any blasphemy
Singapore's
about it,
pointless.
right?
Just give
I
the man
wanna-
the win and we'll just carry on.
The Zinger Mac is going to be the king of Singapore. No, we'll
You
see.
are-
Anything can happen, and you know what? It was my turn this weekend. I had a couple of good races. Next week it could be Tang, and the lead could grow again. So
You never know. It could be Kirko's week next week. He could take 2 and
know,
2 fastest laps. Like
how
it
about
could be anyone.
How about Tang and I just don't race and we watch? We'll come in
Can-
special commentate and
Yeah.
see what happens. We'll let everyone else catch up and make it more interesting if we've got 5 or 6 guys.
Yeah.
Scotty Mack
we'll,
and Tang in the
we'll
commentary
skip
box.
next week so Rose can have my seat and we can finally see the War v Rose
Oh.
battle at Singapore.
Well,
The
looking
king
at
and
it
queen
now,
going at it
just
for the crown.
looking at it now
They should kiss.
in the incident reports, we've got Rose has actually put an incident report in on War.
Ooh,
Oh no,
Wow.
that's
So-
not
Trouble in paradise.
it's getting tasty. It's getting tasty.
It is. So let's see how that goes. Izzy, Thomas, do you guys have any questions? You guys want to?
Get up. Good luck. It's going to be a good one. Very, very.
That's not a question. That's a statement.
Yeah, but
Oh, I got no questions.
I agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
I
also
reckon
have
Scotty's got to
statement.
change his name to Moses, the way he keeps parting his packs, eh?
He parts the cars, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
There's something held on here.
Let me have a look and see how it unfolded, and I'll put it on for you boys to see.
Do you reckon
Yeah.
you can do me a track guide?
Oh well. I don't know how I managed to survive these cars. It's just.
Can
I
you
don't
put
know.
it in general, mate?
Oh yeah, I can do. Yeah.
Let everyone see
sorry.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Show it off.
But I mean,
Alright, well,
I
guys.
wasn't the only one that made it all the way through. So, I mean,
No,
even
anyway.
a few different eyes on what happened.
So,
Well, I mean, look, going into turn 1 from my view, the starting of it all was a Ferrari. I'm not sure who it was. It was a Ferrari just plowed through turn 1.
Yeah, I think that's
I think
Gumbo.
I think it's
Gumbo.
Gumbo.
Yeah,
What I thought it was too.
Because we
I've
had
sent
Matty
him a message.
in our chat.
and
yeah,
he said he did very late on the brakes, and maybe even a little bit late.
Yeah.
So we just
From what I
snowplowed turn
saw,
1.
it created carnage into turn 1.
But
It
you know,
really did.
in all honesty, for this reverse grid, it pays to be at the back, and you can see it unfolding and go drive around it. I'm not
I said
upset.
this as
I'm not
well.
upset by it. To be fair, it's the last 2 weeks I've done the same. This has been the same thing. You know what I mean? I've drove around it, drove through it. Rather than being at the front and having someone collide into you and your race be done.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said this to the boys earlier. I said it's very interesting watching these back markers start up the front. You know, even leading the formation lap, they're flying away from the pack behind them, getting to the front of the grid and then sitting there for a long time, letting their tyres get cold, causing them to have issues off the start. And you can tell it's just inexperience from leading those formation
Yeah,
packs.
well,
and leading safety
Gumbo
car
did the same
restarts.
thing with the safety car.
Yeah.
He did
So-
probably the best Spa restart I've ever seen. He pulled a second half on that pit straight.
On I'm a Bird.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in front.
So
It was an unreal
I'm a
start.
Bird, I feel, is probably going to have some race pens afterwards. Yeah, a few little cheeky dives that probably weren't there, but we'll see how that unfolds.
Scotty Mack,
I've
race
seen
winner
one.
and Stewart.
Yeah, well,
I've seen one already.
I've seen one firsthand, so I've got the
Yeah.
footage. But yeah, it's not my place to put it in on someone else. So
That's it.
But-
Alright guys, well thank you very much for joining us. That was an absolute ripper of a race, watching you boys come from the back of the pack. Congratulations again. It was killer. On to next week. Zandvoort, Singapore. Bring it on. This is going to be fun to watch. I can't. We can't pick it. We can't pick it.
Yeah, you can never pick it.
Well,
Well,
hopefully
it's gonna be good fun.
we'll put another show, AG.
Yeah. Well, me and Knox will put on a pretty good entertainment at Austria. Maybe the three of us can chime in. We can go three-way counterpunching if you reckon.
No, I'm just going to blow through all of you. Just
Whoa.
no breaks, first corner, you're gone. Throw a spanner into the works in this championship.
Oh,
What a
imagine
bloke.
that. Yeah.
I think it's fun.
Just to let you know, Scotty, you have a
Yes.
new nickname, and it is the Backdoor Specialist.
Yeah.
Oh no, the
Can I-
Backdoor Bandit from T-Bar.
Yeah, that's right from T-Bar. The backdoor bandit.
So
Okay.
take that any way you
Okay.
want, but you
So,
know,
boys,
it's
Next
good.
time you interviewed Scotty, make sure you just ask about his pre-race